All right, we're back for another episode of the Sound Powers podcast. Today, back for a second time, Krista McNaughton. Woo!
Yes, back by popular demand
Yeah.
because I demanded it.
Yeah. That's okay. It's awesome. You're the first person I think to ask for a swap back. So that actually made me happy. I was like sick.
Good.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, great to be back. It's awesome.
Yeah. It was a good show. We did the backyard show together.
Yeah, that
That
was a
was
lot of fun.
that was my first time coming back. What about for you?
I had done one. I did the
Mhm.
first patio show in Hamilton at Absinthe,
Oh,
but
nice.
I was up the first week, so it was a little challenging, and like we were all very rusty.
hmm
So this show this past weekend was way better.
Yeah, it was like even if it wasn't like COVID times or whatever, for a backyard show, I thought it was like really good, you know?
Oh, definitely.
hmm
Definitely. Yeah, I would do it again for sure.
Yeah, same. The first night there was like a bunch of kids next door playing in the pool and shit, making so
Yeah,
much noise. So that was kind of weird having to deal with that. Like you can't even tell them to shut up because they're in their own backyard, like having fun. That'd be like kind of
exactly. It's not like they're in the front row at a comedy show where you can
yeah.
be like, shut up.
Yeah, like they're in their own backyard. It's not like they're at a comedy club, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for like the clubs to actually start opening again, like inside
Yep.
and shit, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Levity opens this weekend actually in Hamilton,
That's sick.
August 21st.
That's
Yeah, that's really
awesome.
exciting. But I wonder, like, I don't know, like, I just wonder what it's going to mean for like comics too, because like we like to go watch the shows,
hmm
but like everything has to be social distance and only so many people in. So,
Right.
no more like hanging out at the back kind of thing.
True, but I think it'll only be like that for like a couple months or something, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm
hmm
excited.
Yeah, me too. Do you got any spots at Levity coming up?
I do not.
Me neither. Damn.
I do not. That's okay. I'll try. I'll ask and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I'm so bad for that. I never really ask for spots. Like, how do you get your spots? You like message people asking or
Yeah.
nice. I kind of just like sit around and then like people ask me every once in a while. Like David Green asked me if I want to do that backyard show, and
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, all right. You know.
That's funny. Think of how many more shows you could do though if you like asked.
I know I should, and then especially because like I've been talking about this a lot actually, but I want to like start like hosting and stuff, you know.
Yeah, you
hmm
should for sure. I
hmm
think you'd be good at it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, yeah, because it's like you gotta flex every comedy muscle. I feel like, you know.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. And then plus you just get more stage time too, right?
Yeah.
It's and you get more comfortable up there. So
hmm
it's a good move.
For sure. So what have you
Good
been up
move.
to since you were last on the podcast? What's new, yo?
Well, when was I on the podcast last though? Was
I
it
don't
like
even know. My memory is so
April, March?
bad.
Yeah. Well, kind of, I don't know. It feels like no time has passed at all and like all the time, all at once. I
hmm
don't know how to explain it. So what have I been up to? I got a job at a brewery, which is really
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I've been working there the last month-ish, or maybe less than a month, but I really like that, and I really like craft beer. So that's a good fit. And that's it. Did a little bit of camping. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean about like it feels like no time has passed and like I feel like I got like nothing done. I feel like I have no memories like this year, this summer, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's so weird. It's like in a good in like to try to be like optimistic, but I guess it's like a good like, you know, don't take everything for granted. Be like happy for what you have because any second
Yeah.
everything could be taken away, right? For
Yeah.
everybody, not just for like, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we just have to be easy on ourselves too.
hmm
Maybe you didn't do much during quarantine. I started out like actually being really productive in quarantine. Like I started working out and then that just stopped and I like fizzled. So like, I don't know, I started the quarantine strong and then just kind of went a little down, and now I'm going back
Yeah.
up again. So
Yo, I feel the same
yeah,
way. It's like I
yeah,
started with the podcast super strong, or like
yeah,
the YouTube channel, then it like fizzled out, and now it's coming back.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then comedy's coming back, so we'll be doing that more
Hmm.
probably. When's
Yeah.
Showtime opening? September?
Yeah, September 10th is I think the first day, which I'm on,
That's
which is
awesome.
super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be super exciting. Showtime is like the best comedy club in the Niagara region, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only one I've been to in the Niagara region, but I loved it. Like, it's great. The audiences are always amazing.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. There are no other comedy clubs, so it's like obviously the best one. Yeah.
I
Actually,
mean,
I think there's a couple Yuck Yucks or something, but you know.
yeah, but I think that I know that there's one in Niagara Falls, but they don't do amateur night.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to get on there. I
Yeah,
would
because
love
like
to do a Yuck Yucks show, but it's like they only hire. I feel like they have like a pool of like Yuck Yucks comedians
oh,
that they like pull from or something.
100% they do. And yeah, there's not much diversity there,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But the I will say the Yuck Yucks in Burlington is actually really good, and hopefully they get back up and running because Scott Falconbridge hosts the amateur night there, and it was a lot of fun. I did it
Oh,
like
nice.
before COVID. It was
So
really good.
you say you just did a Zoom show, right? Do you want to talk about that at
Yeah,
all?
you know what, I do actually, because it was for Comic Sans Productions, and I help them produce. So I produced the live show in Hamilton.
Hmm.
We used to do it at a little venue, but that venue shut down. And so now we're going to be doing it at Levity once things like open back up. Maybe in the fall we'll start there. So that's really cool. But they're
Sick.
doing Zoom shows for now. Yeah, but Comic Sans is a pretty cool group. Um, yeah, it kind of just gives marginalized people space to do comedy.
Hmm.
So not your average bar show, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. I love stuff like that. It's funny, like I've had people say like that that's like somehow racist or sexist for those marginalized people to have their own shows because they're not letting the straight white man on it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But there usually is at least one, anyways. Like somehow that sneaks his way in
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh no, we do have straight white man on as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's not
we
like
just
we have trouble getting shows, you know what I mean? It's so
yeah,
ridiculous when people complain about shit like that to me. I'm like,
it's ridiculous. I don't know if it's like, I know it's like, are they scared that like their spots are gonna disappear? Like, you can go
yeah.
anywhere else. The only thing we're asking is that the lineup's not full
Mhm.
of these straight white men.
Yeah. Which
But
sucks as like an audience member when it is just full, like seeing like the same style, like the same person over and over again. Like I've been to like some Yuck shows
yeah,
actually where it's like it's felt like that. Where
yeah,
it's like okay, like get some people that have like different styles of comedy even, you know what I mean? Or like
yeah,
different things to talk about. It's like I like it when it's like as diverse and interesting as possible. That's kind of why I like doing music sometimes too, just to like switch it up so people aren't
oh
listening to someone
definitely,
talking like nonstop.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's really funny because like your song has been stuck in my head since Friday.
Yo, thank
I'm
you
like
so much. That makes me
singing
happy.
along. Yeah. It's catchy.
Yeah, cigarettes give me cancer.
No, I get the part where it's like, and you say I can't drive drunk.
Yeah. I'm always worried about how people are gonna interpret that part, you know, because it's like obviously driving drunk is bad. It's like that's kind of the joke. But you know, some people might think I'm like trying to encourage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's comedy. Like
Yeah. I know, but
it's
I
like
always like get in my own head and stuff. Like sometimes like I say like during the song I'll be strumming, I'm like, this next part of the song is just a joke, you know?
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that you care.
Yeah. Well, you gotta care, right? You can't just not
Oh,
give a fuck all the time. Those people are crazy.
yeah, those people, That's so funny when people do that, eh? When they're like, I don't care what the audience thinks of me. And it's like, they're the ones laughing at your jokes. So you
Yeah,
should
like
care a
that's
little
the
bit.
whole point is that you care. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you should want them to laugh.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Anyways, yeah.
We gotta talk about something super clickbaity that I can put in the title, so I can get lots of views.
Oh my goodness.
I always just talk about
Clickbaity.
too much random stuff. I can't help it. Like it's so hard to
Mm.
stay on topic, and even to think of something that people are searching. Like we gotta talk about masks. What do you think about masks, mandatory?
Um, okay. Yeah, they're great.
Hmm.
And masks are awesome. We should wear them. I
I
like
kind of
them. I'm
agree.
in
At
support.
first, I
Yeah.
was like a little butthurt. I don't know why. I was just like impeaching on my freedoms or whatever, like kind of like that mind wash in a sense, to be one of those. And then I was at Manolis's 50th birthday party, which was like the
Yeah,
first time.
I was there.
Yeah, I had to, and Dan Brennan didn't have a mask and he was all drunk and he was talking and he spit all over my face and I was like, masks. I was like, I wish he
Oh
was
my
wearing his
gosh.
mask. It was like a light spray. I love Dan Brennan, but it's like I was like, maybe masks aren't so bad, you know?
Yeah, right?
And then since
Yeah.
then, I'm like, all right, I'm for masks all the time. And when you're at the grocery store, from now on, just stay 6 feet away from me. Like that sounds so bad, you know?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
Like, if we were to keep one thing from COVID, it would be strangers stay the fuck away from me.
yeah, I would like that too. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I like masks. Yeah, I was at that show too, but I got there a little early and I like got a table and I'm glad I got a table because it got so packed.
Yeah, I did. There was people even like on the street just like hanging out because
I
we couldn't get
know.
in.
I
Yeah.
know. And I thought about like leaving, like and
Hmm.
watching from the street because I saw some people out there that I knew, but then I was like, but if I leave, nobody can come in because I'm at a like a specific table and
Yeah, exactly. With your
they
friends
can't
or
sit with those
whatever.
people. Yeah, because it's the bubbles and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
I
Um.
know. The audience was great,
Mhm.
which made me mad because I did the first week and the audience wasn't great. Oh
Yeah.
well, that's comedy.
Mhm.
What can you do?
Yeah. Have you thought about like starting like your own show? Like, I know you do like laugh at the judge and stuff, but that's like your. I think of that as like yours and Christian's. Or was it his first? Like,
Oh,
how did that start?
oh, definitely. It was him and Matt Romot started it
Mm.
too, like years ago. And then Matt moved away. He came back, like he comes back to visit and stuff, but I think he moved to the States. And so it is Christian's show. I just kind of like
Mm.
help out and host and stuff. But I don't think that's going to come back for a while just because it's so small. Like
Mhm.
you'd
Yeah.
have like you could fit like 5 audience members in it with everyone like spaced out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I produced my own show once. It was a one-off in December, and it was awesome. And I wanted to keep it going, but then I emailed the lady, the owner, and I was like, "Hey, would love to make this like a regular thing." And she's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll let you know like where I'm at." And I was like, "That's a that's a weird thing for her to say."
Yeah.
And then she closed down, and this was before COVID. Like she closed
Mhm.
down in like January, and I was like, "Oh, geez." Um, yeah, and then I'm working with someone else, and we're looking for a venue right now to start a show as well.
I've seen like so many bars I feel like try to do comedy and then close down after. It's like they're
Yeah,
grasping at straws to like get customers in, and they're like, hey,
yeah,
maybe comedians, right?
yeah. We'll try anything.
Yeah. But I'm so thankful for places like that because it's like some of them end up being like little hidden gems. Like
Yeah,
what was that like Coke bar in Hamilton? It was like
the
Twisted
90.
Taps or something.
Oh,
Twisted
Twisted
Taps. It was
Taps.
open for like a couple months or something. I feel like only, but it
Yeah,
was fun. I liked going there and stuff. You know, even though you're mostly performing for comedians and you have a chance to win
yeah.
$50. Yeah.
That's so funny. I did it once, and I was really drunk. Like, and and
Perfect. You
someone,
probably killed there.
you know what? I didn't. It was I was too drunk, I
Mm,
think, to perform. And then one comic, he came late. Like he came like almost near the end and he wanted to perform, but he asked all his friends to come. So they were all there from the beginning, and there was like 5 guys sitting in the front. And I was just like doing my stuff, and I was just like staring at them, and then they wouldn't laugh, and I would just like stare at them.
Would that make them laugh? Just staring?
They were kind of like, but they weren't laughing at anybody. It was.
Oh man, that sucks. I hate that.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes at showtime too, where it's like you get someone that brings like a big group of friends that's only there to see them. And
Yeah.
it's like they don't care about any other comics, and they just don't even really care about comedy at all. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's dope that you brought a bunch of people, but like tell them, like, loosen up. You don't have to only laugh at my jokes, you know?
Yeah. Because at this point, it's not a competition. Like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's so funny because I was at Showtime one time, and there was like 2 guys, and I think they were both friends, and I haven't seen their names very often, but they were local,
Mm-hmm.
and they were both on, and they had a big group of friends, and like, yeah, they were just like this weird. They were like frat boys, and like the one guy
Right.
got up, and he didn't even have jokes. He was just like, "Hey, fuck, bud, I'm so high, yeah." Like, "Hey, bud, you high, bud? I'm high, bud." I was like, wow.
I think that's
And
probably Mikey Hart.
oh my god, it probably was. And their friends were like dying, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
That sounded so much like him when you were like saying the Bud stuff. Yeah, I'm high, but I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think I know that
Yeah.
guy. I think I recognize that set.
Yeah, it was like 5 minutes of that. You know what? It was probably longer because I swear one
Yeah.
time, like everyone ran the light. Like people were doing 12-minute sets, and you get 5 there, right? Like you get
Yeah,
5 minutes.
that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. If someone runs the light, even if they're like so funny, I'm still like a little pissed at them. I'm like, just do your time.
Definitely.
I've
Yeah, it's
like, you
etiquette.
can go a minute over or a minute less, I feel, but like if you double your time, that's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, like I guess like a minute over,
For
like
5 minutes,
maybe.
I'm saying. Like if you go
Yeah.
40 minutes, then a minute is like, then it changes to 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like, you should strive to just be like, like down to like you have it down, and you
Mm-hmm.
should be pretty good with your time.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of shows, they won't have you back if you're over even by a little bit. Like I
Right, because
did
it kind of fucks with everything. Like, then what, do you have to tell the headliner to do less time, or do you make the show go longer? Like.
that's how it sometimes is. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you're renting a venue, you need to be out, and like especially in like Toronto, like there's a lot of places where there's like 3 shows a night,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't get very much time to like set up. So like if there's like 8 comics and they all go 1 minute over,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, the headliner gets less, or you screw the next show over. But yeah, I was at Absolute Comedy. I did the show once in the fall, I think, and then I was scheduled again on March 18th, but that everything got shut down,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so sad because it's like so hard to get onto.
Yeah.
But they actually have a clock, and it like counts you down, and they're so strict. Like I was told we could do anywhere between like 6 and 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like, and the audience was, I think we talked about this last time. The audience was like laughing so much, and I'm like, no, shh, shh, shh. Like I need to get through this.
That's
I need to get
awesome.
through this. Yeah. I mean, a
They're
good,
like, what? Don't laugh?
yeah, yeah. All of a sudden I just started like yelling at them. They're like, ah.
You just like doing your jokes really fast, like.
Yeah. But so I did like 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And then when I got off the stage, I noticed on the like the lineup list, they wrote everyone's time with a happy face or a frowny face.
That's hilarious.
Seriously. And
Yeah.
anyone who went over 6.5 minutes like got a frowny face or something.
Oh no.
But I was told like 6 to 7 minutes. So I was like, what? But so if I had gone
to me,
even,
when
like,
someone
over,
says
then
6 to 7 minutes, that means 7 minutes.
it
That's
does.
not
So
6 minutes. Yeah.
but it might have been like a miscommunication or something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely a little strange. But at that, like, that's a professional comedy club. It was just amateur night that I was there. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like if I had gone
I've
7,
never
7
even
and a half.
been there. I don't think. I would love to do a show there though. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know when their amateur night's coming back, but they have this system where like the first Tuesday of every month, you email them for a spot,
Hmm.
and you have to just email them, and then maybe 1 month they'll say yes.
For anyone that's listening and wants to go to a comedy show, I'd say go to an amateur night because it's like you get like tons of comedians, five
Yeah,
minutes each a lot of the time, and I love
yeah,
those shows. It's like because I've been to professional shows where someone has a lot of time, and if their comedy like isn't for you, and then you'd like have to sit through that for like 20 minutes, and they're not even the
yeah,
headliner. It's like
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And the thing is too is like, I don't know, like I guess I see probably the most shows at Levity, and they really book like great people and stuff, but like yeah, I've been to other shows where sometimes you even get like a headliner or someone who's like not that experienced, but they have 20 to 30 minutes to fill, and it can be kind of painful.
Right, that
So
was
like,
me. I headlined once. Yeah.
oh wow. See, but like I would never headline.
Mhm.
I won't headline until I feel comfortable hosting and like middling. And that's probably years away because I don't want to do that when I'm not ready because I don't know.
But don't you kind of just like gotta jump in? Maybe it's like,
No,
and then you can,
definitely not.
because like for me, like it actually went well. Like I wish I got it on film, but I was so nervous, I got really drunk, and then I remember like I was just doing it, crushing my thing, like making tons of jokes, and then I looked at my phone and I was like, oh shit, it's been 20 minutes exactly, and I just got off stage. It's like when I thought I was like, oh
That's
my god,
good.
how am I gonna fill this time,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's like you might have like more jokes than you even realize, and like if you
Oh,
just put them all together.
for sure. And if people are actually laughing, then that
Right.
stretches it out. Whereas when people aren't laughing, you're just like you're moving on, and then you're like, wait, that was less time, which
Hmm.
happens
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's like that. I'm really bad for that. It's like I feel like if my show is like going bad, or at least I think it's going bad in my head, I start performing way worse. And then if it's going good, I perform better. Which you kind of should like. If it's going
Yeah.
bad, you should like kick it into gear and perform better. But it's
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, I just want to get through this. Hmm.
That's true. Yeah, I know. You just have to like, I guess, just yeah, we have to, keep plugging and try doing all sorts of different venues and all sorts of different audiences and see
Hmm.
what hits and what doesn't and how to adapt. And that's kind of like what I want to focus on is like,
Hmm.
switching gears in the middle of a set. But yeah, I would say like probably anyone under 4 years. And okay, I don't know. I'm just pulling that number out, but like, yeah, like you're like most people are still working on like a 7, a 5,
Right.
and then you work your way up.
Hmm.
There's no harm in not jumping into headlining.
Yeah, it's better than like someone having because it's you're if you do it too fast, you're kind of like um taking that away from the audience, taking a good headliner away from them. You don't want to
Definitely.
scare audience members away from coming to comedy. That's why I hate like
Yeah.
really bad comics that just never quit and do it for like 10 years. And it's like
Oh my gosh.
you guys like I get that it's like fun for you bombing every night,
Yeah.
but like you're kind of hurting the industry a little bit in my
Yeah.
opinion.
But I'm wondering if those people even know that they're bombing. There's like
Right.
a huge lack of self-awareness I find in a lot of these comics who have been doing it for a long time just but aren't improving. And so I guess I know I said like something like under 4 years don't just start like working on your 5 or 7, but I don't know, at the same time you can't really put like, oh, after you've been doing it for this many years you can do this,
Right.
and after you've been doing it for this many years you can do this, because everyone
Mhm.
is different and you will succeed at different rates, but some people never succeed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
like it's not necessarily like years. I feel it's like amount of shows done because it's like I've been doing
Oh,
comedy like
yeah.
4 years now. I feel like, but I've
Yeah.
probably done under 100 shows total. I want
Oh,
to
okay.
say,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe like around there. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. Do you think you know how many shows you've done?
I don't. I could like, you know what? Maybe that's a good, maybe I'll like sit down and try to figure it out sometime.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've probably done over 100.
But if you think about it, so there's like a 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you've done like 100 shows and you've done comedy like 3 years or something, right?
2, yeah.
2, right? So if you've done over 100 shows, that's awesome. That's like at least a show once a week or
Yeah.
a couple times a week. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was like, I was really hitting my stride like before COVID, which I know a lot of people were, but I was doing
Hmm.
like at least 3 shows a week and like hosting and stuff, and I just
Hmm.
miss it.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy like the poo finger joke worked because like at the the backyard joke is like I wrote that joke right before COVID and I started doing it right before COVID, right? And I was like just getting
Yeah.
into it, and then I was like, and then all that shit happened. I was like, oh man, like do I even know this joke? Do I know how to like say this?
Uh-huh.
So like when it worked in the backyard party, I was like, okay, sick. I can still do comedy. It hasn't lost me.
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's a great joke.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I,
It's hilarious.
I, it's really funny. I feel like you need like a tag at the end. And I thought of something, and I don't know if it would like work or if you like it, but after
Okay,
like this,
wait. Don't release the joke on the thing. Tell me
can you
how to.
edit that?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
edit that?
Okay. But after I go like this, what? You
Uh,
could tell me. I
you
was
could,
just kidding.
okay, and then you could say uh something like, "Oh, and I just got rid of the pink eye," or like, "I'm just getting over pink eye," or I don't know, like
Right.
something like that,
There
or
is
I don't know.
something there.
You just
Yeah, it
need
does
a
need like a heavy punch at the end for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
but it's very funny.
Yeah, it's a true story actually.
I had a feeling because like, how do you make that up?
Yeah.
It's really funny, and like I like how you acted out. Anyways, yeah, we don't have to keep
Thanks.
talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's
You have to
weird
come
talking about like
see it.
jokes on the podcast because
Yeah,
I like talking to other comedians about their jokes and same kind of thing. I'll just like hint at it, right? So I'll be like,
yeah,
"You got this really great joke about a banana that I love," or something,
yeah,
you know? Like for you, for
yeah.
example, you have this great joke about muscle memory that I really love.
Oh,
You know
thanks.
which one I'm talking about, right?
I do, I
Yeah. Okay.
do. And you, okay, so it's really funny because that one is like, I don't know, that one I don't give it up, but like it does really, really well some places, and then
Mhm.
some places like it falls flat. And I feel like it just depends on yeah, what kind of crowd
Right.
I'm dealing with, which
Hmm.
is
Or like it also
very
depends like on
funny.
how you say it or like what jokes you put around it maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes I overthink it, but you almost have to. Like every little detail matters sometimes. It sucks.
You
Yeah.
have to. I know, I
Yeah.
know. I need to yeah. Yeah, that's where I need to go. I need to start like honing in. I tweeted something a while ago that I thought was really funny. How it's like I worked on my like during quarantine, I worked on my jokes just enough that I know that they need to be better, but not enough that I actually made them better.
That's beautiful. Krista McNaughton. Dash.
Yeah. So it's like I know I need to get better,
Yeah.
but I haven't worked on it yet. But it's hard. Like it's hard. Like I can write jokes and I can write. I've been writing, but like you really need to get them up in
Hmm.
front of an audience and then start tweaking them from there.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I have like a big problem too. Is like for me, like I can write stuff or whatever, come up with concepts, but then I'm like, I convince myself that they're not good enough or whatever, and then never try them on stage.
Oh
Like the poof
no.
finger thing I was sitting on for like a couple of years. Like it happened way when I was like at 19 or something. So it happened before I even started doing comedy, right? And I told the story to like a couple people and they said you should say that on stage. I was always like, nah, you know, like I can't. Like I was too like nervous and scared to be like that dirty and
Yeah.
like weird or whatever. Um, but now that I do it, I love it. It's like my favorite joke now.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, what else am I missing
Yeah.
out on just because I never tried it, right? So like I
Yeah.
tried that joke once and it killed back in like November
Yeah.
or something, and I kept doing it. Where it's like, oh, all these things that I thought were stupid, never tried, that'll never see the light of day, you know?
Try them. Like, especially when we get back to things, like start strong and then put your new stuff in the middle and then you end strong.
Right,
And then
exactly.
if it doesn't work, you move on to the next one that you know is going to
Mm.
hit.
Yeah, that's a good point. I gotta start doing that more often for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I always try to like if I know I'm doing like the same venue again and there might be like regulars or like the same, patrons there, I'll try I'll try to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's really good too, and I feel like they appreciate that because I remember like Grand Central. Have you ever done Grand Central? Probably, right?
No,
Oh, it was great. It was like a bar in the falls. They're closed
I
now. Well,
heard.
they're not
Yeah,
closed, but they don't do
no
comedy there
comedy.
anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, boo.
But it was always the same audience members. So I went 1 week and I destroyed, and then I went back 2 weeks later and did the exact same stuff and bombed, and I was so confused. And I was like, oh, it's they've just heard all these jokes already. You know?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's hard too, because like it's hard when like you're, I don't know, like say you are just starting out too, and like you
Hmm.
really want to nail that like 5 minutes. You really have to like go to so many different places to keep working it, or not do the same venue, like
Yeah, and
like
like with
back to
Niagara
back.
Falls, it's tough because it's like it's pretty much like a small town almost,
Hmm.
right? So we really
Yeah.
only have a couple places to do it, and then you kind of do have to travel, which is sick. Like for being like Southern Ontario, there is like I feel like we're so lucky to live here because there is
Yeah.
so much like comedy around here. Like if we lived like in Saskatchewan or whatever, I probably wouldn't be doing comedy. You just can't, right? Can you? I don't know.
I don't
Obviously,
know
there's
either.
comics out there, but I just feel like there
Yeah.
must be way less, right?
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I'm going to assume, but
Hmm. I don't
don't
know.
at me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm literally just like assuming, making dumb assumptions. I do that all the time. I'm bad for that. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I feel like people often live up to their covers. You know, when you see
Yeah,
someone that looks really sketchy, they're not like really sketchy a lot of the time. You know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. As a woman, I definitely have to like assume everyone is sketchy
Right.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's dangerous.
Mm. Yeah. It's funny. I changed my face. My friend made me a girl on Facebook, and then now I have like random dudes adding me and stuff, and it's like this is what you girls had to go through.
Not so much me. I get it
Yeah.
sometimes, but like,
Mm.
I don't know. But
I kind
yeah.
of like it because like I'm a comedian or whatever, and I do music, so I'm like, oh, free fans. It's like hit on me. I love
Funny.
it. No. Um, is there anything you wanted to talk about? Did you have any ideas or things?
What do you think of Cardi B's new song?
Um,
That's clickbait.
right, the
Uh,
WAP or whatever. So it's like I'm
yeah.
Italian. I'm allowed to say that. There's a bunch of Italians mad that she's saying that.
Why does it mean something?
It's like the N word for Italians is like WAP. But I don't think she knew that. I think she's just
Oh,
dumb.
it's an acronym. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. She's like spit in my mouth and stuff, and I'm like, oh geez, Cardi B. Like, you listen to the song, right?
Yeah, it's catchy.
Yeah, it is catchy,
It's
but
catchy. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I like
That's
it. I just think it's stupid how people are saying, "Ooh, women can't talk like that," when like guy rappers have been like literally degrading women forever.
right. No, yeah, exactly. It's like she can say whatever she wants. I love it, but it
Yeah,
was like it was like surprising in a good way. Like when she said that, I was like, damn, you know.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's funny though. I didn't know that about the Italian thing. Oops.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Why don't they
I don't
just
know if it's spelled
actually?
the same, to be honest. Like,
Oh,
and Italians don't really care. I feel like,
no.
I don't know. Like, um, no one goes around calling like Italians wops. It's not like there's like
I've never heard that before.
systemic racism with that and stuff. They
Yeah,
have it pretty good, I think. As far as that goes.
I would assume
Hmm.
so.
Yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
like
because
I'm always afraid like of what to say, like of getting canceled or whatever, of saying the wrong thing
oh
by
my god,
accident. You know what I mean? So now I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I said WAP like 3 times. I'm done. My career's over.
your
Before it
career is
even started.
over. I
Yeah.
know. If someone took the time to like go out of their way and cancel your podcast, like congratulations, they have a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, I would love to be canceled because you got to make it before you can get canceled, right? So if no one gives a shit, then that's way worse.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
But like I
true.
was looking at like Adam Wickens is like 35 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And I was like watching some of his old videos like yesterday and stuff, and like a year ago today he hit like 1,000, or like a year ago around.
That's crazy.
That's a lie, not a year ago today, or am I? But it's like around there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like if I just keep grinding, like who knows? Like eventually, like within a year, if I'm as lucky as him, obviously he's like got way better production and like cool ass lizards. I need some animals. I gotta. Do you have any
Yeah.
pets?
Yeah, I do. But my most interesting animal died last year,
Oh, I'm sorry.
unfortunately. Thanks. I had a hedgehog.
What? That's sick.
Yeah, dude, I could have like made a channel about hedgehogs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, she died. She was old. She was 7, and she was my second hedgehog. My first one was really cool, and she was albino.
That's awesome. That's a unique
Yeah,
pet. I've never met anyone with a hedgehog before. What's that
yeah.
like? Is it?
Um, so they have very different like personalities. Most vets and like experts don't recommend them as pets because they're pretty shy. So if they don't get socialized well, then they really never learn to like you. So
Yeah.
my first hedgehog was pretty awesome. She was like super chill, and she would like sleep on me, and like I could pick her up no problem. Like she was awesome. But she
Hmm.
didn't live very long, unfortunately. She died at like 4,
Oh.
which was sad. And then my second one, I swear I did everything, that I did with the first one, but she just never warmed up to me ever. Um, until she got like super old, and I feel like she didn't have the energy, and she was like, okay, whatever,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But she was still super cute and sweet and everything, but uh, yeah, she just was not super
Hmm.
friendly.
So what other pets do you have? You said you have.
Mm. I have a dog and I have a cat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Both. Do they ever fight? Do they love each
Oh yeah.
other?
They do not love each other. So my dog is actually super nervous. Like he's
Mhm.
pretty timid. He's very sweet with us and everything. Like around new people, he's a little timid. Um, our cat is like really nice as well, like super affectionate, like comes to the door, kind of like not your
Mhm.
typical cat. However, he's kind of a jerk to the dog. He like will stare at him and like stare at him and watch him from like corner, and so like the dog gets really freaked out. You can see him like doing the little side eye whale eye.
This cat's always watching me. Yeah,
Yeah. But then eventually the dog will be like, I've had enough, and he'll like growl at the
yeah.
cat, and then the cat sometimes too, the dog, like he'll be scared, the dog will be like too afraid to like pass by him as well. Like sometimes the cat just like blocks him in a room, just like sits there, and he's like, I have you now. Like,
Oh my god, we
it's
need a cat versus dog YouTube channel.
yeah. And then
That
sometimes
would be kind of sick, actually. Like videos of everything you described sounds awesome, but
and
it
I could
might be
like,
hard to capture. You need like close-ups of like the cat's face and shit.
oh, I could make this happen though, for
Yeah, I think
sure.
it'd be
And like
great. In my imagination right
narrate
now,
it.
it's amazing. Yeah.
It is. And then sometimes the cat will like, the dog will like finally get the courage to like walk by him, and the cat like swats at him. Little prick. But with people, he's like, they're both really, really nice.
Yeah. I like cats, but I'm allergic, so I never
Oh yeah.
like actually hang out with them. Um, my dad told me that when he was younger, he had a cat that would like attack dogs. It would sit on top of the fence, and then I think that's how it died, actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it would do it like all the time. Apparently, it was just like a psycho cat. I think it lived a long time. It's okay. It lived like 10 years or something. Yeah.
Oh, my cat's 10. No, he's
Oh.
11. And my dog's 10. But I kind of want to like, also if I could like talk to my cat, I'd be like, I know you think this is really fun, but like the dog is a lot bigger than you. So
Yeah.
just maybe watch your back.
Yeah. If the dog really wanted to, it could fuck you up for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Hmm.
Definitely.
Watch anything good on YouTube or Netflix recently? Any good
Yep.
recommendations? I'm always looking for new stuff to watch.
Yeah. The Umbrella Academy.
So good. Yeah, I'll watch both seasons. I
Yeah.
love that show. Yeah.
I'm not finished the second season, but it was filmed like just down the street from me,
In
actually.
Hamilton. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. like I don't know how much of it was filmed there, but
A lot, I think.
that's actually so sick. I like that because it's like
Yeah.
everything just gets filmed in like fucking LA or Georgia. So when they do stuff, it would have been cool to
Yeah.
like see them like behind the scenes footage or whatever. Like, did you
Yeah.
even hear about it going on when it was being filmed or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
because like they
okay,
have
cool.
to like they did a lot of filming at night. I know
Mhm.
they did some like during the day. Like the you know, whenever they're on the street, like and then it says like Avon Theater, like
Mhm.
that's Ottawa Street. And yeah, like they'll block it off. So you know, because you're
Mhm.
like, oh, I have to for some reason like go around. But I remember like and then like sometimes there'll be like different like business signs and you're like, oh, that's new. And then you're like, oh wait, that's a prop.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I should go check that place out. Wait, that's not a
Yeah.
real restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. Stadler's. Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've got burgers. But I was walking along with my boyfriend one time along Ottawa Street, and there was a lady, and she was like, she had garbage, and she was like trying to throw her garbage in a garbage can, and she was just like, it's not going in. Why is it not going in? And then she realized like it was a prop. It was a prop garbage can. I feel like it was obvious that it was a prop.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Of all the things to make a prop, why not just have a real garbage can? I don't
Well,
know.
because they had to like make it for the era, and then also
Mm.
like the ones I'm pretty sure they say like City of Hamilton like right on.
Right, yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
That's hilarious. What else is good? Because I've already seen Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I've actually been like rewatch or not rewatching, but like catching up on older shows like Grey's Anatomy and Scandal.
Yeah, I've never gotten into either of those shows. I've never even heard of Scandal. But
Oh, it's good. It's a Shonda Rhimes show, just like Grey's Anatomy. It's good. I mean, like, does it need to be like 12 seasons? I don't know. Who's to say? But if you're in a pandemic and need something to
yeah.
watch,
No, I love that when there's like way too many seasons of a show because then it's like you almost like in your mind like become like friends with the characters and stuff. And then when like you're done watching this show, it's like you feel like this sadness inside. It's like, oh,
yeah,
all my friends are gone until next
yeah,
season.
so, right?
Yeah, that's why I love. Like,
Yeah,
it's so weird. I've had that happen with like so many shows where I just like binge for like a week or whatever, and then it's like after I'm done, I'm like, what am I gonna do with my life now? Like, I have to find a new show.
I know it's so hard, and it's like, yeah, I don't know why we feel this attachment or like this commitment. It's
Mm,
like it's just a show.
yeah, yeah. I love shows like so much better than movies though now because it's like with movies, it's like that's not enough time to develop an imaginary friendship with these fake characters. I just met you
Yeah,
guys.
I know, right? Unless there's like, sequels and
Yeah, true.
trilogies.
Yeah,
But
good
then
point.
it's too long in between.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
wait like
exactly. Yeah,
3 years.
yeah, it's like what the fuck
Yeah.
is that? I was like a teenager when I saw that. Now I'm an adult or whatever, you know.
I've changed, okay? I'm
Yeah,
not the same person I was
exactly.
before.
Yeah, it was weird. I kind of like grew up like with the Harry Potter kids, you know?
Uh,
And then like when I started watching the movies, we were all kids, right? And then by the
yeah.
time the movies are over, we're all just like adults now, and it's like, yeah, this is just I don't know. Do you into the Harry Potter stuff? I feel like you would be. Oh, you're
I
not.
know, right?
Yeah,
I
you
know. No, I loved like Lord of the Rings. I read the book twice and
same. Lord of the
then
Rings is way better in my opinion.
yeah, and then I thought, yeah, I just never got into Harry Potter and I don't know why. I'm not against it or anything. I just like I don't know, didn't read the books, so then just didn't watch the movies.
It's so weird like when it was going on, it like felt like something everyone was experiencing. I was like, everyone in the world knows about Harry Potter, you know? But it's like obviously like everyone's just like living their own lives, doing their own things. That's like another weird thing I'm finding about like growing up like in the 90s or whatever is like I remember like thinking everyone's childhood was gonna be like the same as mine in a sense. Playing like Nintendo and shit, right?
I played Nintendo.
Nice. Mario?
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
only one I was really good at. And we had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
those were my favorite.
Hmm.
And pinball. We had a pinball Nintendo game,
Oh
and
shit.
it was like in space. It was pretty cool.
That's wild. I love pinball. I
Yeah,
fucking
me too.
crushed at that old Microsoft pinball.
Yeah, the one that came with the computer.
Yeah, they don't have those games anymore. It pisses me off. Like I miss Paint, I miss pinball and
Yeah,
Minesweeper and shit.
yeah, that's
It
good.
was wild. I feel like we don't talk about like it's more my fault because I'm the host, but I don't like really talk about anything um topical or people that things that people want to listen to.
Yeah,
People really want to listen to us talk about like pinball and shit. You know what I
I
mean?
know this is more of a
And
conversation, but
comedy shows. And that's yeah. It's like, I gotta step up my game. What should I do for? I should interview like doctors and ask them about stuff. Ask them about coronavirus.
you could.
Yeah.
You could, yeah, you should just email people, like, or DM people, ask them to be on. You should, yeah, like even DM, like YouTubers who have
Hmm.
more followers.
Yeah, I got Wiccans on. I can get other people on.
You can get other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I
I
got.
will.
Oh, go ahead.
I will say, I have my phone plugged in for some reason, but it's not charging.
Okay, yeah, we could end it. We've been talking to him for like an hour. I feel like,
Yeah,
anyways. I don't know when we started exactly because you were letting out your dogs for like 20 minutes.
and I forgot it was garbage day, so I had to take out the garbage too
Hmm. Mm.
because I'm a grown up.
Yo, but
So fun.
this has been sick, yo. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good talking to you about random stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
you too.
shout out all your stuff and then also send it to me and I'll put it all in the description.
Yeah. I have a YouTube channel and I swear I'm gonna put new stuff on there.
You
It's
better.
yeah, it's just Krista McNaughton. You just type that in on YouTube. My Instagram is Krista.McNaughton. And my Twitter is at Krista McNaughty, because that's where I get spicy.
Ooh.
It's not that spicy. Sometimes I drop an F bomb.
Oh
Ooh.
man. All right, thanks, Krista. Appreciate
Okay,
it. You're the
thanks.
best. See ya.
Thanks, Ab. Bye.
Bye.